Good morning, afternoon, and evening, wherever you are, and welcome to another NerdTube Dragon Ball Daima review. Today, we are looking at Episode 8, simply titled Tamagami. I am joined by my fellow Z Fighter in Arms, Major Rage. How you doing?
Doing great. Proud to be here as always.
Good. So we get our Fighto this episode. Yay!
Yes.
Finally, some progression. Ah! This is exactly what I've been waiting for. This is the part that I've been like, okay, we're finally moving. We're finally moving the plot along here. And this episode felt very plot movie. Overall thoughts. That's kind of my thoughts. Overall thoughts. What's your overall thoughts?
I loved it. I loved the fight. The choreography was just amazing. Some of the things that Goku pulled off, some of the things that the Tamagami pulled off just kind of blew my mind. I was marking out for a lot of this episode. Uh, so yeah, very positive overall thoughts of this episode.
Yep. So let's just get into it. I mean, we're not going to obviously break down the fight, but we're going to talk about it. Absolutely gorgeous choreography between Tamagami 3 and Goku. Goku obviously starts out in base form using the power. They use the power pole to its extent in this fight, which is I think they've used it more, probably more than even in the like original Dragon Ball, in my opinion. What are your thoughts on the initial openings of this fight where it's base form Goku with the power pole?
Oh man, the way he utilized it in ways we've never seen before. Was just that was chef's kiss. Just beautiful stuff. Stopping the enemy weapon with it. I mean, come on.
Yeah, I mean,
Uh,
yeah, the choreography. I mean, like the wind whispers and everything like that going around them, just showing like how fast they're moving, especially in the different atmosphere as they call it.
mm-hmm.
But yeah, I don't know. I don't know why I was expecting the Tamagami 3 not to be like super good. Like I thought it was going to be just like Goku like raffle stomping him and kind of did boil down to that as once he went Super Saiyan. But I mean the opening of this battle was just very, very good, especially with the hammer. They were using a lot of the hammer, and then of course when Goku breaks the hammer, they Goku of course puts the power pole away and he's like, hey, fight time to fight hand to hand now.
He fair is fair, and Goku always wants a fair fight.
Mm-hmm. I did like the moment where Goku was like he was going between the two rocks and like he put the power pole out to stop him, flipped up, and then jumped back out. That was so many good shots in this. I mean, full real. Do you have any like other favorite ones that?
Uh, Using the power pole to deflect the blast from the Tamagami and the kicked up rocks by the hammer when he deflected the rocks with the power pole. I thought
Yeah,
that was really cool.
yeah. So Goku is kind of in between a hammer and a hard place, or a rock and a hammer place. I don't know. And so Goku goes Super Saiyan, which we've already seen him do. This is not the first time we've seen him go Super Saiyan, but so he goes Super Saiyan, and this is kind of apparent that that Goku's pretty much. I thought that pretty much Goku had this in the bag once he turned Super Saiyan, and I kind of saw him doing his thing.
Oh yeah, it he gets that 50 times multiplier and it's off to the races, and he just the speed boost, and he's just it's over.
Yeah, it really is. I don't. Was there anything in this fight, you know, that you were hoping to see that you know that we didn't get, or do you think this was like a perfect fight? Like I would say I kind of wish it lasted a little bit longer, but also at the same time, I'm kind of like at the pace it was moving, I felt like it moved at a good pace.
I can't think of anything offhand that I would want to see added to this fight. I feel like it did its job. It put I mean, we know that the Tamagamis are powerful, but Goku is more powerful at least than this first one. Uh, I the choreography was great, like we've been saying. We even get a beam battle at the end.
Mm-hmm.
Uh,
I was just gonna talk about the Kamehameha. We finally get our first Kamehameha here, I believe, right? Like I'm pretty sure this is our first
yep.
Kamehameha.
Yes, it was, and it impressed the peanut gallery as much as it impressed me. I love it when that new kind of point of view they're using, of you're facing Goku or Gohan as they do the Kamehameha. I'm
Yep.
really digging that shot, and we got
Did
that this
you
week.
did you at any point think that Goku might have lost this, like before it was kind of apparent that he was really going to win it? Like, did you think that it was going to, you thought he was going to win it from the beginning? Like, this wasn't
Yeah.
going to like be like a loss for Goku, and then he goes off and he trains like or does other things in the demon realm, and then comes back and fights again.
No, I thought he had it in the bag the whole time. My question was how much of a hard time is he gonna have with it? How far is he gonna have to go to the extent of his power? And getting pushed to Super Saiyan, that's not nothing. So,
I mean, it is a Super Saiyan bargain sale, but still. All right. So, yeah, I mean, that kind of wraps up the fight. As I said, it was not a super long fight. I mean, at the end, Tamagami 3 just surrender like he surrenders, he submits, he says, I know you're more powerful, there's no point in continuing any further, so let's you can have the ball after one last fight. And this is where the Toriyama of it all comes in.
yep.
So then we get a cups game, shell game, whatever you want to call it. He puts the Dragon Ball under one of these cups, and then he flips them around and blah 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 blah. And Goku's trying to watch, and it's really funny because like you figure you would see Goku's eyes moving, but honestly, like it made more sense that he would be using his peripherals to see everything like
Mm-hmm.
that's happening. So I thought that was this is very Toriyama. Like this does not surprise me at all that after a big fight Goku could literally take the ball if he wanted to. Like he's just like, look, I could just beat you up and take it. But Goku, he's not going to do that.
No, he's gonna participate with the silly game and go along with it and end up winning it.
Yep. So one of my questions though was, do we think that there's going to be? Is it going to be the same game or another silly game after each Tamagami? Like, is it going to be the same Cups game, which I doubt, or is it going to be
No,
another silly game, or is it just going to? Is this just like Tamagami three's thing, where he's like, you know,
there'll probably be some sort of silliness after each fight, I think. It won't be ever be as simple as just you win the fight, here's the ball, have a nice wish.
yeah. Um, I my first thought was one of them's going to be a cooking challenge. I don't know why, but that popped in my head. Like one of the after fight challenges is going to be a cooking challenge.
Oh Lord, that would be great.
So it kind of harkens back to Battle of Gods with Vegeta cooking, or was that the I don't remember if it was just the movie or the arc where he was like cooking for where he's cooking for Beerus.
I think that's
But
the arc.
sorry, I'm just yawning so much. As long Thanksgiving, I'm still feeling that turkey. I guess I don't know. So anyway,
Depends
yeah.
how the
So
drug.
Goku guesses where the ball is. Of course, at the very end when he was flipping them all around, he threw the ball apparently, and Goku was too fast. He saw him throw it. So
Yeah, he can track opponents in battle that move much faster than what the Tamagami was moving its hands. And uh, I saw it coming that he wasn't going to. It was going to be some sort of cheat to it. Like I thought that maybe he was going to say, "Oh, you pocketed it," but tossing it away made more sense in the end.
Yeah. No, as I said, more Toriyama shenanigans, which fair enough. I didn't hate it, and it didn't really take up too much of the episode, So I felt like it didn't overstay its welcome. So I thought it was good. So yeah, so they have their first Dragon Ball. And everybody, I know it might be jumping forward a little bit, but everybody all over the third demon realm is celebrating, apparently. Word travels fast that the spiky haired boy with the red pole won the Dragon Ball.
Yeah, it's weird how fast word travels down there, but magical demon realm and all.
Yeah. I mean, they're probably good. They were calling everybody because everybody saw it. Like they had a crowd all around. So, all right. But that's kind of it. I would say that's kind of the end of Act 1. You know what I mean? Like that's kind of like the cap of Act 1. Now we're getting like in the very beginning of Act 2, where we're more going into the plot of it all, like where we actually get to see Arinsu and Goma, and some of the stuff that's going on, because I think we go to Goma next, and he's watching some old Dragon Ball Z footage from the Majin Buu saga. I wonder if he's watching the yellow boxes, the orange boxes, or if he's watching the
Blu-ray.
The Blu-rays, because there's a difference there. I mean, maybe a little bit. It did look a little fuzzy at first. So I was wondering if it was like the VHSs, when he was like sitting there watching them, because I own all the VHSs. I had to go check, make sure mine were still there. The Goma didn't steal them. Anyway, so Arinsu, she's obviously got many plates spinning, because Glorio communicates with her and says, "Hey, we got the first ball. Things are progressing well." And then we go to we go to where Arinsu is now talking to a conjurer, maybe? What would you call her?
A conjurer is a good way to put it. Yeah.
She's a conjurer, and she is apparently the one who created Majin Buu, not Bibbidi. It was her who created, and I didn't catch her name, but so that's a new lore thing right there, is that technically Majin Buu was created by this person. Arinsu, of course, knows this because bad person,
sure.
why not? Dark web.
Mean, oh, the smart bad guy always knows the dirt.
Yeah, right. So yeah, so I mean, so obviously she went and she stole a bit of Majin Buu's essence during when he was trying to reform himself after Vegeta blew himself and Majin Buu up, but Majin Buu obviously reformed. So Arinsu stole a piece of Majin Buu. So question about that: is that piece of Majin Buu like part of like the Fat Buu, like with the Supreme Kai, like the old Supreme Kai in it, or is it?
You would think it would be, because that's what reformed from all the pieces.
So then it's not like the pure evil Kid Buu then.
No, because that's been wished into Oob and is a little baby at this point, chronologically.
Yeah. Okay. I just trying to make sense out of Dragon Ball magic stuff. It's a fruitless endeavor, but I do it anyway. So, Goma, of course, is also wise to Arinsu, up to something. So, I wonder if we go back and we watch Dragon Ball, if we zoom in and enhance, I wonder if we'll see Arinsu in the old Dragon Ball footage. Is this a long-term storytelling from Toriyama?
I doubt it. This is probably just more Toriyama retcon.
Yeah, probably.
Which,
but I like to F with the fan base, and so does Toriyama. So
got to put the ridiculousness out there.
Oh yeah. So yeah, so we got that. So apparently, I'm assuming she, because the conjurer says, that's what I'm going to call her for right now until I remember her name, which who knows if that'll ever happen. So the conjurer says that when she adds the essence of Majin Buu, it makes it taste just right. So I thought for a second there, I'm like, are we making a stew? Because I thought that she was like making a boo. Like I wasn't 100% positive on what was going on with the stuff in the cauldron. I don't know. What are your thoughts?
Um, I interpret it as they're making a boo type thing. They're making a Majin creature to try to keep under control this time, and at one that won't turn on its creator. Uh,
Yeah,
use it
the
to.
saliva from Arinsu and that turned it from blue to green. So yeah, I don't know. I mean, it'll be interesting because now this is where it's like, okay, so this is where some of these plots are starting to come together, which is good. I really, even though it's a little bit confusing, I'm still glad we're getting progression with the plot. And maybe that's just because I'm so desperate for progression, because the last 3 episodes have been nothing but the same stuff over and over again, you know. So maybe I'm that desperate, but I think honestly, this is good progression of the overarching plot that we've had going on here. Goku getting the Dragon Ball, Arinsu getting her, starting to move her chess pieces around. Glorio, obviously, we know he is working for Arinsu. They're on their way to the second demon realm. Um, and then I think I mean, besides Vegeta, Piccolo, and Bulma I mean, they're on their way. They're going to meet them at Warp Sama. So, I mean, that's kind of it, right? Am I missing anything?
I don't recall anything else going down in this episode. I think that's about where it ended.
Okay.
Ibis getting them to heading to Warp Sama.
Yep. So I mean, again, the first half of this episode was more fighto, which I'm very happy about. I really liked how this kind of all played out. Uh, this week, because as I said, we're getting serious plot progression, which we have been desperately needing. So I'm very happy about that. Do you have any other thoughts? Any other things you want to add before we mark it and call it a day?
Uh, no, I kind of agree with you. I agree. I like that we're getting progression. I'm digging the plot so far. Uh, just no, a good episode in my opinion.
So next week we've got Thieves is the next week's episode. So do we think that they're going to be do we think that they're going to be getting their original ship back? Do you think it's the thieves that stole their ship?
I didn't watch the trailer for next
Oh,
week's.
I'm sorry. Well, anyway, yeah, so it's called Thieves, but I don't know. That's what I'm saying. It was one of those brief 3-second clips. So that you can't really tell anything, but I just saw the name of it. So that's why I was like, so I apologize. I didn't know you didn't watch the trailer for,
No, it's
well,
all good.
the 3 second. It's literally like 3 or 4 seconds long.
Hmm.
And it just has the title of the next episode. But yeah, I mean, we'll see. I think it's pointless at this point for them to get their original ship back. Like it's maybe for the sake of room, maybe. I don't know.
Maybe. Hmm.
But
Could be thieves that try to get a hold of the Dragon Ball, for all we know.
yeah, maybe. But I mean, we're heading to the second demon realm, so hopefully we'll get. But I mean, I from what I understand, the other demon realms look starkly different from this one. So I mean, it's going to be now we're going to be going into a whole new aesthetic going into next week, and the second demon realm is where the Glint are from, which is where
I'm
from Shin's kind of from. So yeah, I really feel like they're going to be showing us a lot of the lore they've been telling us over the past couple weeks, which
yeah.
that I'm excited for. I want to see more.
I want to see the second Demon World. Uh, I'm excited for that. So a change of scenery will be nice.
Yeah. But as I said, I don't know if they're actually going to be in the second demon realm or if they're heading that way in the next episode. That I could not tell. So that's good, right? Yeah, so I guess we should mark it. So Mage, I'll let you go first this week. What did you think about this episode?
I really enjoyed the fight. This was just a solid Dragon Ball episode. We got plot progression. We got a really well choreographed, beautifully animated fight. I'm going to give it a 9.
I am right there with you, my friend. I'm giving it a 9 as well, with agreeing with everything you just said. This is what I've been asking for the past 3 weeks. As you know, I've been bitching and moaning about it, and I finally got it. So I can't give it any more shit until, we go another 3 episodes without any progression. So weeks till Cheetos bitching, we're back to 0.
We need a counter.
Yeah.
Like a Krillin owned count.
Oh, yeah. Daima owned. There we go. Bing. As long as I get to sleep with Android 18 at the very end of it, I'm happy. All right. I mean,
you mean Bayteen,
right? So, all right. Well, I think that wraps it up. A little bit of a shorter one, but as I said, the first half was a lot of Fido, so there's not much to talk about other than watch the freaking episode if you want to see. I mean, it is so good. I'm probably gonna watch it again sometime, either this weekend. But yeah, so we've got a lot on the horizon. We've got a lot of things going on, and I think we are going to finally be neck deep in whatever this conspiracy is. So, all right. Well, Major Rage, anything else to add? Are we good to go?
I think we're good to go, my man.
All right, everybody out there in YouTube land, thank you very much for watching. Major Rage, again, thank you very much for being here for this review with me. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed this episode very much, and I'm glad to share it with you every single week, as well as you guys out there. So if you can, please leave a comment down below as to what you thought of this week's episode. Did you like it? Did you not? Why? Tell us. And don't forget to leave a like and consider subscribing to NerdTube, the greatest YouTube channel you kind of maybe sort of heard of. We'll catch you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.